Welcome back to our channel, your premier source for the latest news and untold stories of Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and her royal family. We provide you with exhilarating news today. Catherine shocked the world in a Braless fashion statement as she shines in impeccable style. Few royals have perfected the art of subtle provocation, as well as Catherine, Princess of Wales. A solitary, radiant garment, a brief moment of sun-drenched seclusion, and a diaphanous veil worn on the red carpet at a Bond premiere. 3 ephemeral vignettes from a 20-year fashion journey were enough to convince the fashion industry that the future queen can forgo corsetry and still look magnificently regal. Where Braless often conveys boldness or audacity, Catherine transforms it into a subtle expression, measured, deliberate, and stunning. Upon revisiting those 3 shows, one uncovers not scandal but sophistication, with each appearance serving as a case study in how subtlety may neutralize the most vociferous detractors. The tale starts in March 2002, inside the opulent ballroom of the St. Andrews Bay Hotel. Most student fashion presentations engage in cautious experimentation, uneven hems, vintage feathers, and inebriated applause. However, as 19-year-old Kate Middleton ascended the catwalk, the ambiance transformed from amateurish to a revelation of haute couture. Her attire was officially a dress, but the term dress seems insufficient. Charlotte Todd's 30-pound tube of translucent black silk and lurex adhered to Kate's figure like liquid shadow, reflecting the spotlight in minute glimmers while unabashedly exposing the bandeau bikini bottom below. She didn't have a bra, boning, or any visible support, but her posture showed no signs of weakness. She walked with a straight posture and retracted shoulders, as if these actions were the only manner in which the garment could be worn. Shortly thereafter, Prince William's astonished exclamation, "Wow, Kate's attractive," resonated across the front row and became permanently etched in royal mythology. Fashion pundits continued to analyze that runway presentation. For them, it was the preliminary declaration of a style that would subsequently combine understated tailoring with sporadic audacity. Sarah Harris of Vogue subsequently noted that the St. Andrews slip presaged Catherine's capacity to engage with transparency without descending into ostentation. Conservative columnists expressed discontent with the bare midriff modernity infiltrating academia, although the fashion community embraced the transgression. When the knitted tube reappeared at auction in 2011, achieving an astonishing £78,000, the sale validated its legendary allure, evidence that a student's Braless bravery might eclipse even Cartier tiaras in royal fashion history. Each anniversary of that night propels social media into a frenzy of nostalgia, with memes referring to it as the world's most significant £30 investment. A decade later, the stakes in privacy have changed significantly. In early September 2012, the newly appointed Duchess of Cambridge is sunbathing on the private patio of H2 Dudette in Provence. Her Missoni bikini, a blue and white chevron bandeau previously used on past vacations, lies nearby as she basks in the French sun. Unbeknownst to her, a long-lens photographer positioned hundreds of meters away captures a sequence of images that will provoke a worldwide discourse on privacy. The photographs appear in the French issue of Closer with the sensational title, "Oh My God!" inciting moral indignation, legal disputes, and coverage of topless Kate. Amid the tumult, style analysts proceed cautiously. The incident was not a red carpet declaration, but rather a clandestine, personal moment. The bikini top-free images unwittingly showcase the Duchess's self-assurance devoid of contouring techniques or illusionary fabrics, just a genuine lady basking in sunshine. Certain fashion commentators tried to provide context. Grazia described the bandeau as resort wear eternally constrained under pressure, while privacy specialists condemned any suggestion that a royal swimsuit constituted public interest. The world saw, however illegitimately, Catherine's persistent defiance against the constraints of stringent royal expectations on her physique. The €100,000 damages ultimately granted to the couple emphasize that her autonomy determining when and how to disclose is exclusively hers. The St. Andrews clothing hinted at the allure of openness, but the Provence debacle exposed the significant price of losing that authority. 3 years later, Catherine reasserted control over the story with the accuracy of a skilled couturier. On 26 October 2015, the Royal Albert Hall unveiled its crimson carpet for the international premiere of Spectre. The Duchess entered wearing a duck-egg blue Jenny Packham gown, a diaphanous chiffon creation that enveloped her like mist, accentuated just by a delicate crystal-studded belt. Its brilliance resided in its structure. Packham eliminated boning and breast darts entirely, choosing instead a bias-cut slip that draped under a backless overlay. The dress exhibited no apparent straps, clasps, or bra seams. Nonetheless, it neither gaped nor adhered unflatteringly to the body. Rather, it proposed a graceful Grecian deity who had emerged via a 21st century doorway. The response was immediate. Vanity Fair lauded Catherine's Bond girl elegance, highlighting her ability to exude sensuality while adhering to etiquette. Hollywood journalists expressed astonishment that only 4 months post-Princess Charlotte's birth, the Duchess could seem so ethereal while rejecting the Hollywood convention of the restrictive corset. Jenny Packham later revealed the design brief, which emphasized movement, ease, and the absence of corsetry. Objective achieved. Twitter users compared Catherine's outfit to Ursula Andress, emerging from Caribbean Waves, a playful reference to Bond lore, while monarchists commended the understated defiance. Charlotte Todd, observing from her knitwear studio, said on BBC Radio 4 that she discerned the same spine-straight confidence that had invigorated a university dance floor 13 years before. When seen sequentially, these 3 Braless instances provide a concise biography in textile. St. Andrews exhibited burgeoning confidence, a youth exploring the limits of attraction and swiftly realizing her ability to maneuver them with poise. Provence unveiled the cost of worldwide iconic status, where individual liberty intersects with exploitative scrutiny. The premiere of Spectre in London demonstrated expertise, a mature lady intentionally subverting royal conventions to establish a contemporary standard of modesty, subtle, comfortable, but unmistakably audacious. In every case, Catherine demonstrated the efficacy of editing, reveal enough to captivate, retain enough to provoke curiosity, and conceal nothing about your identity. The cadence reveal, withdraw, reclaim clarifies the persistence of the Catherine effect. Numerous high street manufacturers offer slip dresses and bandeau bikinis, although few women can embody the harmonious blend of royal poise and unrestrained naturalism as she does. Fashion students analyze her selections as they exemplify the pinnacle of silhouette engineering: lightweight knits tailored to glide, chiffon arranged to imply shape without imposing it, and swimwear that accentuates texture rather than concealing it. Body positivity proponents identify a role model who embraces natural curves and post-pregnancy softness. Simultaneously, privacy rights advocates see her judicial triumph as a pivotal moment for the dignity of celebrities. All agree, Catherine's Braless vignettes agency rather than nudity. They also reframe the discourse about royal femininity. Historically, ladies in Windsor either enveloped themselves in rigid brocade or embraced controversy by forgoing foundation clothes entirely. Catherine navigates a balanced approach: flawless tailoring when propriety necessitates, and airy liberation when the occasion requires ease. She recognizes that contemporary viewers, influenced by the transparent tulle of Parisian runways and the body positivity prevalent on social media, no longer associate excellent breeding with reinforced seams. They commend sincerity, workmanship, and narrative coherence. By opting for the uncommon Braless silhouette, she conveys confidence in her designers, her posture, and her audience. The public responds with intrigue instead of condemnation. Indeed, interest is capricious. Each Fashion Week cycle introduces new endeavors to encapsulate Catherine's enchanting recipe. Fast fashion firms produce mesh slip dresses, claiming to provide royal allure, although the majority lack the essential quality of elegance. In the absence of Catherine's controlled stance and intuitive grasp of context, a Braless design may seem untidy or contrived. The princess emphasizes that cloth is just half of the narrative. The wearer's connection with her body fulfills the whole of the statement. Whether traversing a student runway, lounging on a HA2 patio, or passing by Daniel Craig, she embodies a consistent, unarticulated principle: elegance originates from inside. That may explain why her Braless instances remain etched on the communal memory long after the garments have been stored away. They are images of a lady reconciling tradition with personal comfort, redefining the parameters of regal attire with each transparent knit and audacious bias cut. They remind every observer that vulnerability and confidence may coexist, that breezy silhouettes need not sacrifice refinement, and that a future queen can forgo her bra without compromising her dignity. Thus, when the fashion industry enumerates Catherine's most significant achievements, we emphasize these three in bold italics. They demonstrate that shock value need not be loud. It may be subtle, gentle, purposeful, and with impactful elegance. The most scrutinized lady on earth may nevertheless astonish us by allowing silk to directly caress her flesh. They provide a lesson to every designer. Excellence is not the elimination of danger, but the achievement of equilibrium. In Catherine's possession, a Braless dress transcends mere attire. It is diplomacy crafted in delicate fabric, confidence interlaced with transparency, and an exemplary demonstration of revealing little while exposing one's essence. Thank you for seeing the video. Which of Princess Catherine's Braless fashion statements do you like the most? Kindly share your opinions, and farewell for the time being.